Hello, kids! I'm Captain AHS. Have you ever wondered why ice feels cold and the sun feels hot? Today, we're going to learn about the concept of temperature and discover what makes things hot or cold.
Baba, it's so warm out here. I love the sun. Yeah, it feels nice, like a big warm hug.
You know, kids, the warmth we're feeling from the sun is because of something called temperature. Temperature is how hot or cold something is. It tells us whether we feel warm or chilly when we touch things.
Is that why the sun feels warm?
Exactly, Saro. The sun's temperature is hot, so it warms everything it touches, like us.
But what about the cold? Why does ice feel cold?
Good question, Mina. When something has a cold temperature, like ice, it makes us feel chilly because it's colder than our body.
Hey kids, let's do a little experiment. Here's an ice cube. Try touching it with your hand.
That's freezing. It's so cold that it almost feels like my hand is turning to ice.
Exactly. Ice has a cold temperature. Now, try this warm apple. How does that feel?
Wow, it's nice and warm. It feels like a cozy blanket. Why is it warm?
Well, the apple is warm because it has a higher temperature than the ice. When something is hot, it makes us feel warm. Hey Mina, did you know that temperature changes during the day? In the morning, it's usually cool, like when you wake up and feel the chilly air outside.
I noticed that. In the morning, I wear my jacket because it's cool. But by lunchtime, I don't need it anymore.
Yeah, it gets really hot by noon. I sometimes even sweat because it's so hot. By midday, the temperature is hot because the sun is higher in the sky. But later in the evening, when the sun starts to set, it cools down again.
That's cool. Temperature changes all day long.
Exactly. And that's why we wear different clothes depending on the time of day or season.
Hey Saro, did you know temperature also changes with the seasons? In the summer, it's hot, so we wear light clothes. But in the winter, it's cold, so we bundle up in jackets, hats, and gloves.
Like how we wore warm clothes last winter, and now we wear t-shirts and shorts.
That's right, Saro. Summer is hot, and winter is cold. We adapt to temperature changes by wearing clothes that keep us comfortable.
Can temperature affect other things, like the plants and animals outside?
Definitely. In the winter, some plants and animals have special ways to stay warm, like growing thick fur or hibernating. And in the summer, they might stay cool by finding shade.
Mina, look! This patient is in fever, and do you know that we can measure temperature with a special tool called a thermometer?
A thermometer? What's that?
It's a tool that helps us measure how hot or cold something is. For example, if we want to know the temperature of this patient, we can use a thermometer. The liquid inside the thermometer expands when it's heated and contracts when it's cooled. That's how we can measure temperature in degrees. The units used are Celsius, degree C, or Fahrenheit, degree F. For example, water boils at 100 degrees Celsius or 212 degrees Fahrenheit, and ice melts at 0 degrees Celsius or 32 degrees Fahrenheit.
So, if I see a thermometer and it's above 100 degrees Celsius, I know something is really hot?
That's right, Mina. And if it's below 0 degrees Celsius, something is freezing cold.
Now it's the time for quiz. Are you ready for a fun quiz to test what you've learned about the concept of temperature? Let's see if you've got what it takes. It's quiz time! What does temperature tell us? Is it about A. Size, B. Weight, C. Hotness or coldness? The correct answer is C. Hotness or coldness. Temperature tells us whether something is hot or cold. Why does the sun feel warm? A. Due to hot temperature, B. Due to cold temperature, C. Because of wind. And the answer is A. Due to hot temperature. The sun's heat makes us feel warm when we stand in its light. What happens when you touch ice? Does it A. Feel cold, B. Feel warm, C. Melt immediately? The correct answer is A. Feel cold. Ice is cold, and it makes your hand feel chilly. How does temperature change during the day? Does it A. Stay the same all day, B. Get hotter then cooler, C. Get colder then hotter? And the answer is B. Get hotter then cooler. In the morning, it's cool, and as the sun rises, it gets hotter, then cooler in the evening. Which tool is used to measure temperature? Is it A. Thermometer, B. Clock, C. Ruler? The correct answer is A. Thermometer. A thermometer helps us measure how hot or cold something is. Have you ever wondered how we use symbols to represent sunny, rainy, or snowy weather? Next time, we'll learn about basic weather symbols. Get ready to decode the language of weather.